guys. So I'm here with Betsy after the Survivor Tocantins finale. So Betsy, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much, Cirie. How are you doing?
I am great. So what did you think about JT winning?
Ooh la la. I like him a lot. I liked him from the very beginning. I was thrilled.
Did you say you like him a lot?
I like him a lot. A whole lot.
Now, was he the one you were rooting for to win?
He was definitely the one I wanted to win.
So,
well, actually, I mean, I know it wasn't a possibility for Brendan to win, but I kind of like him both.
Okay, we share the same interests.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on Coach? Do you think he's telling the truth about his activities, should I say?
I think, as Coach said it best, it really doesn't matter, does it?
Wait. Now, we must address this lie detector test. What do you think about that?
Now, my first initial is a B, and Steven's first initial is an S.
So, you draw it up, folks.
Can we call it token cheese now?
Token cheese, yeah. Yeah, you know, Coach is a very interesting character.
Ditto.
Yeah, character.
And that's with a capital C.
Yeah.
Capital.
Whereas capital C. Coach is a character. Oh, okay, now it's my turn. So, now what's your name?
Well, I'm Cirie from Survivor Panama and Micronesia. Hi.
Now, last season you did a fabulous job.
2 seasons ago.
Sorry, I was last season.
2 seasons.
2 seasons ago when I saw you on the red carpet and you never even stopped to say hello.
Ooh, busted.
And that's because, you know what, I was like this low on the totem pole.
Oh, no.
No, seriously. Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, you were very happy and you had a lot going on right then and there. And I hope to see you at the after party, but that didn't happen either.
I was so tired. I really, honestly, my husband went to the after party without me.
Oh, I didn't remember seeing him. But that was kind of rude. That was kind of rude.
I went home and went to sleep. He was like, would you mind if I go?
Well, Billy was there.
Oh yeah. Me and HP just knocked a few down, and things are kind of woozy from the night, so I can't really tell you too much. I can't remember much, but we knocked a few back.
Now, how did you like last season? So now we're doing last year's interview.
Okay.
I'm sorry. 2 seasons ago.
Oh, okay.
My season?
How did you like it? I mean, what were your favorite parts of it? What didn't you like?
Okay, let me start with what I didn't like.
Okay.
What I didn't like was the fact that they went from season after season doing final 3 to when I made it to the final 3, they made it the final 2. That's what I didn't like. What I did like was the interaction with former survivors, because it's a different caliber than playing with people who played the first time. You know, when Jeff interviewed me and he asked me, you know, do you think it's fair for it to be fans versus favorites? And I said, no way. Because as a favorite, at least you have some inkling of an idea of what you're in store for. As a first timer, you're just like shaking in your boots. You have no idea what's going to go on. And then as it's happening, you're even more nervous.
But then on the other side of it, you're easily targeted to be kicked off.
As a favorite, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's if
they're smart enough.
That's only if the amateurs win.
Right.
And being a past survivor, you have that slight edge, you know, in the challenges, just in general. You know what to expect, kind of, sort of, because in Survivor, you never know what to expect. But at least you have the experience. And as with anything else, even if you have a month's experience over your competitor, you still have that slight edge. And we had that slight edge.
And that's why she did it.
Absolutely.
Well, I must say, Cirie is one of the greatest strategists of Survivor history ever.
Can we just do a little bit of hot stirring?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm excluded on that one. I'm the one going, no. But I will say she's one of the greatest strategists ever, and we got to see it. We got to see that the first time was not a fluke. That it was that is definitely the second time that she's even a greater strategist. And I have to say, no offense to Alexis and Nicole, they went as far as they did because Cirie and Poverty and Amanda took them that far. It wasn't that they got themselves that far. In fact, if it wasn't a girl versus a guy thing, if it wasn't, or better say, if it wasn't for that first round where Fair Play just decided to do the job, as they say in pro wrestling, he did the job. If it wasn't for that, I think it would have been a whitewash. I think we would have saw Palau Part 2, where it would have been one side just completely destroying the other side.
I concur.
If you're gonna do like an All Stars against another team, it's got to be against Outcast, because at least they know what's around the next corner.
Right.
They just have mistakes to correct.
Absolutely, I agree. And that was my argument with Jeff. You know, like I said, even if I have a week's more experience than you, I have a week's more experience than you. So how can you come into it day one and outshine me, outlast me, outplay me, or outwit me? You can't.
Right.
And that's why an alumni or alumnist won. You can't come on. That's like taking candy from a baby. Or an immunity necklace from
yeah. But yeah, that's why the entire final three was all all-stars, all favorites. And I agree with that. And not only that, but with a first-timer, you do have that initial thing. You don't know what your body's going to do, how it's going to react. And you don't know when it's going to right itself, when your metabolism is going to catch up. Whereas a former player knows, okay, about day 10, I'll be all right.
Right, exactly.
You think you're just going to die at about day 9?
It was the scariest. It was the scariest thing I went through.
You're like, okay, I wasn't the first one. I can go now. I can hold my head up high. I wasn't the first one. It's okay. I can eat a burger.